What is going on, everybody? It's another video from Hazmat Trucker, and today's video is brought to you by viewers like Warthog A10, and he commented on one of my videos and he said something to the effect of, well, I think if you're going to haul fuel, you need to be paid at least $50 an hour, because if one thing goes wrong, that's it. It's all over. So I'm going to break this video down into two different parts. The first part, I'm going to address the actual pay rate that you can make in this industry. And then the second part is, does it even matter, right? And if you want me to do a video about anything specific, put it down in the comments section below. I'm going to address the fact that, well, obviously $50 an hour, that's a lot of money, right? I'm already paid over $50 an hour for overtime. I think my overtime rate is $54.77, something like that. I know many people who make $50 an hour at the regular rate, and that's with load pay. That's by being an owner-operator in the business, or even a lease operator in fuel hauling. You can make over $50 an hour pretty easily just by going down a few different routes, right? So again, if you work for a good solid company, hell, even Sheets is like $40+ an hour, and they get paid overtime, which is like $60-something an hour. There are also good companies out there, like I had mentioned before in a previous video, WR Hauling out of Utah. They're on load pay, but hey, they're averaging $500 to $600 a day. And you do the math on that, that's over $50 an hour for just a regular day. So there are good companies you can work for to make pretty much that money. Or you can go down the owner-operator or lease operator route for fuel hauling, which for owner operating, I did a video on that. I'm not going to dive too deeply into this video. If you want to go check out the video that I did on how I specifically addressed becoming an owner operator, go check it out. I believe it was titled Buying My Own Truck. That being said, there are many different avenues, and you can even make more than that. I know lease operators and owner operators that are clearing, even after all their expenses, $75-$80 an hour. Now, is that consistent? But that's part of being an owner operator, right? You're going to have days where you're making really good money, and I'm talking in the hundreds of dollars per hour. And then you're going to have days where you don't make anything because your truck is sitting in the shop, right? So if you average it out, yeah, you could still clear, even after all your expenses, over $50 an hour pretty easily. But you have to accept the trade-offs that come with that, right? You're now responsible for the truck. You're now responsible for all the expenses, insurance, the whole 9 yards that comes with being an owner-operator. And again, I went over some of that in the other video. At the end of the day, if it comes down to, well, I just want to get paid $50 an hour to haul fuel, you can do that. It's actually not that. Once you do your research and you've strategized and you set yourself up for success, certainly as an owner-operator or a lease operator, yeah, you could do that. And you can even do that with a few different companies that'll pay you that well as a company driver. But you still have to accept the trade-offs that come with that, right? So again, for me, not worth being an owner-operator. That doesn't mean it's going to be the case for you. Doesn't mean it's going to be the case for anybody else. But for me, looking at the numbers, it just didn't make sense for me to be an owner-operator. And if you want details on why that is, again, go check out that video titled Buying My Own Truck. Addressing the second part of this comment of, well, if you make one mistake, it's all over. To a large extent, yes, there are no small mistakes in fuel hauling, right? You know, not paying attention can cause a huge spill, can cause a huge accident, and that is true. However, major accidents where the driver doesn't make it and the truck actually blows up, very, very rare. If I'm not mistaken, since Gemini Motor Transport has been a company, we have not had one fatality. And we drive hundreds of millions of miles per year as a company. The risk is actually pretty low overall. And honestly, that's because at the end of the day, there are so many different factors when it comes to getting into an accident of that magnitude. A lot of things have to go wrong. It's not just, oh, well, somebody hits you and the truck blows up. No, it's not that simple. It's you're not paying attention for an extended period of time while driving. You're not being a defensive driver. Then somebody hits you. Then there's some sort of spark. Then there's a chain reaction. Then the truck might blow up. And that's still even pretty rare. And again, to be totally honest with you, bottom line is, if you don't think it's worth it to do whatever it is that you're looking into and you're not getting paid enough in your eyes, then don't do it. It's that simple, you know? And that applies to everything, right? That's not just fuel hauling. That's everything. So if you don't think whatever it is that you're looking at is worth it as far as what they get paid for, then don't do it. That being said, I'm paid pretty well, especially for the market that I'm in and for the cost of living that I have. Is that going to be the case everywhere? No. Not every job and not every company is going to be good for you in every single market, and that'll be a separate video by itself. But do your research. Don't fly by the seat of your pants like I did for so many years in trucking, and go where you think you are being adequately paid for the job that you're doing. Ultimately, that's going to be up for you to decide, and you may have to move to make that worth it, or you may have to go to a different career field to make that worth it. But that's it for today, guys. If you found this video helpful or you disagree with me, you can always put it in the comment section down below. If you found this video helpful in general, please give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. God bless.